Hey everybody, this is Major League Hats, and I have another hat review to do. As you guys can see, the title, as you guys know, or if you guys are not aware, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so the NFL does their crucial catch release for their hats, and throughout the whole month of October, they celebrate breast cancer awareness, which is a really good thing to celebrate it in a sense. That may not be the proper word, but to bring awareness to the issue because it affects a lot of people, a lot of women, and not just the women per se, but also the families that that are involved as well. I've been fortunate enough where I haven't had nobody affected by breast cancer, but breast cancer is a very serious thing, and it's a very high number of women that get it. I'm not sure the exact number. I want to say it's like low, like 6 or 7, one out of like 7 women. I could be wrong. Sure, somebody's going to correct me, but it does affect a lot of people. So for that reason, the NFL does their NFL Crucial Catch, and they bring awareness to breast cancer. They bring awareness to making sure women get their mammograms early and they get screened and everything, so they can hopefully catch everything early, so there is a better possibility for a turnout. So because of that, I have obviously purchased, as you guys can see, the NFL Crucial Catch logo hat, or the release of the Crucial Catch hat. I got this hat last year as well, and I told you guys last year was the first year that I've ever gotten one of these hats. And the cool part about these hats is that a percentage of the proceeds of the sales from the NFL go to Susie G. Oh my God! Is there a way to pause? Susan G. Coleman. A lot of the proceeds go to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. So the NFL does try to give back in that sense. So if you're on the fence about purchasing one of these hats, it does go for a good cause. Now, in previous video, last year's video, I did say I would like to see more of the money from the sale of these hats go to the Susan G. Komen Foundation, or other breast cancer foundations that help people, but it's just the way it is. At least somebody's doing something, and especially somebody with a big name like the NFL. So we're not going to do a lot of like shenanigans. We're just going to get right into it for the hat review. I decided this year that I wanted to try to obviously get a different team. Last year I got the San Francisco 49ers, and I thought it was a really good hat. And I think I'm going to make this, a tradition where I start getting, each year. I'm going to be honest though, the wear, it may not be my cup of tea. I do wear it occasionally, last year's, but sometimes it's hard to wear hats that are like from previous years, because those hats that they came out with are only like geared to that year. So when you're like on, say, for example, 2019, I'm going to want to wear the 2019 version and not the 2018. So hopefully that makes sense. So I only feel like these kind of hats, you only can get maybe one full year out of it. And when you have a lot of hats, you're probably not going to wear it. But, that's not going to stop me from getting there. I do have a number of hats that I do get just for collecting for one reason or another, because I feel like I want to have them in my collection. I feel like they enhance my collection overall. So that's kind of how I feel like about these hats. So this year I decided to get obviously a different team instead of the 49ers, because I would like to mix it up. And looking through all the designs of the NFL teams, yeah, they're like your standard teams, but the one that I got, it just kind of stuck out the most, and I liked it a lot. So I decided to pick up, bam, the Miami Dolphins. Yes, I like this one. What made me want to get this one is because you have that Miami sun in the background with the dolphin jumping, right through the center of the sun or the hoop. in that case, because if you guys have ever been to a Dolphin game, I think they still have them there. They have the Dolphin. He jumps through a hoop and stuff, or he kicks a field goal. One of those two or both those ones, but I actually like the color on this one. Has that nice pleather gray going on all the way around for that cap and that bill. So that looks good. Right on the side, it does say crucial catch right there. It has the little Miami Dolphins logo right there. And the cool part about this right here is it doesn't necessarily just say breast cancer. I always kind of relate this to breast cancer, but it's basically saying crucial catch, intercept cancer, and it's showing all the colors of all the different cancers, because each cancer has a color representation. So it's not just necessarily saying breast cancer, but that's when these hats come out, is during October, so Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I kind of always correlate those two together, but it does say all cancers. So that is the cool part about it, incorporating all the different cancers, and it's encouraging people out there to get regular testing, especially, during a certain age, like for example, men, what is it, like 40s, 50s, probably 50s, it's time to start getting colon cancer screenings and stuff like that. So, I'm getting up there. So it's stuff I'm going to have to start worrying about eventually. And then of course, women, they got to get checked out regular too. The other cool part is they have the same color right there. So they put the colors of the cancers right there. So that looks really nice. I like how that goes right there. On the back, it has the 100 NFL years. If they would have went with the sweatband with the coloring from the front, that would have been really nice. But otherwise, it's just a black sweatband, black bill, 7.58, made out of 100% polyester, made in our favorite places. So yes, made in Bangladesh, if you guys care. Little tight, my hair's grown out, but it still feels a little tight. It's nothing really too much for me, like tight wise. It actually feels okay. But I would say that these hats run a little bit smaller. Now, I noticed on a comment that somebody asked them to pick up a hat and they said, where's it made? China or Bangladesh? So I guess China and Bangladesh. And I didn't notice this because I kind of don't pay attention to the manufacturing per se. But China and Bangladesh, their sizes run differently. So I found that kind of interesting. So this is a Bangladesh hat, so it runs a little small. So now I think I'm going to have to start paying attention. If it's China, does it run a little big? And if it's Bangladesh, does it run a little small? So this one runs a little small. So I don't know. If I was you, and you got some hair on you, I'd probably move up a little bit. That's just my opinion on this one. Always, of course, if you're in store, I'd probably try it on, of course. I ordered mine offline, and this was a lot of the reasons why I started going up to 7 5/8 instead of 7.5. Because if I would have just ordered a 7.5, the way this hat is fitting, there's no way that it would fit me, and I would just have to send it back. So the nice part about these hats being that matte or pleather gray, whatever you want to call it, that salt and pepper gray color going on, is that, yes, it does have the teal from the dolphin outlining here from the sun, but you could wear this hat with a lot of different clothing, gray shirt, white shirt, and it's going to be very nice. The colors are right there, so you obviously know what kind of hat it is if you're into hats. And then, of course, you have that Intercept Cancer hat right there. So I will be picking up more of these hats down the line, of course, and each year I'll try to get a different team. Obviously, I'm not going to go out and pick up like 10 of these from this year unless you really want to. But I feel like, if anything, guys, I would go out and get one just to kind of support the cause and the awareness of cancer research and cancer screening for everybody. Because like I said, this isn't just about breast cancer. It's about every cancer. It's just these come out in October. So I like that aspect a lot, because I'm pretty sure, I'm just making, a guess and a basic statement that a lot of us or a lot of people know somebody who's been affected by cancer. So this to me is a perfect way to bring awareness and help. At least, like I said, they do give some money back to the foundations and stuff like that. So why not? So if you're ever on the fence, I would just tell you guys, go ahead and order a hat. Encourage people to get these hats as well, even if you won't wear them that often. But I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch my channel, you're a hat collector, so you have plenty of hats. So like I said, why not? Some hats, like I said, are good for the collection, and this is definitely one that's good for the collection. And I will continue to be picking up one of these hats every year. I'll just vary with the team. So hope you guys like this review. The feel itself is very comfortable. I would, just like I said, I'd probably move up a little bit on the size because it does run a little bit tight. So hopefully you guys like this review. I say go and get one. And if you know anybody else that's on the fence, just tell go and get one, because it's a good cause. Like I said, it helps everybody bring awareness. And I'm sure we all know somebody that's been affected by cancer. Heck, my neighbor across the street, unfortunately, is going through cancer issues. And he's one of the nicest guys in the world. And yeah, it's actually bothering me a lot, because this guy will freaking give you his shirt off your back if you need it. He is one of the greatest people that I've ever honestly met in person. I know there's a lot of good people out there in the YouTube community, but for me, myself, I've never been around a lot of good people per se. That's kind of why I'm always kind of like scared or hesitant towards people. And I'm very cautious about who I can trust. This guy, from day one, he makes you feel welcome. He talks to you. He gets to know you. He knows you better than, like my wife, who barely talks to him. And he knows my wife better than my wife knows him. So it's kind of funny. But he's going through some issues, and it's bothering me. I don't see him as much as I used to, because he's running around. So like I said, get one of these hats, support the cause, bring awareness, and, make sure you encourage anybody else. So that's my little spiel on this one. No shenanigans on this one. This is, like I said, a little bit of a serious little video in a sense. But remember, you guys, get your screenings, do what you got to do. Make sure you get tested. Do the tests, even though they may not be fun, because trust me, in the end, it will hopefully save your life. And we only get one of them. So take care of it. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Major League Hats out. Bye, everybody. See you next time.